Wuchang Fallen Feather is a Souls-like coming out this summer, and I know we've gotten a lot of Souls games in the past couple of years, and we're all getting a little bit of that Souls fatigue, but after seeing the gameplay, it does seem like it is trying to break out of the mold. My name is Isaac, and today we're going to be exploring everything we know about Wuchang Fallen Feather. If you like what I'm doing, be sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's begin. The dark and fantastical Souls-like story follows Wuchang, a female pirate who awakens to amnesia and suffering in the final years of China's Ming dynasty. During a chaotic era, a darkness has fallen the land of Shu, and a phenomenon known as feathering is causing mutations. Thrown into an epidemic of plague and monsters, you will have to overcome cruel and twisted enemies with various fighting styles, hidden weapons, ancient firearms, and even the power of feathering to forge a path through flesh and blood towards the truth buried beneath it all. First off, it is nice to see them tackling a bit of historical fiction. I've always enjoyed historical fiction, and to see them break away from the traditional European medieval genre type and even Victorian era. You have your Dark Souls, and then you have Elden Ring, which I know is in historical fiction, but it still has European medieval vibes. To see them go in a completely different direction and go with a Chinese aesthetic, it is refreshing, and I'm looking forward to explore the realm and see what is available to us. Looking at the gameplay, I kind of feel like this is going to be closer to the first Berserker Kazan than to Elden Ring, meaning that we're going to have a much faster combat pace, and combat is just going to be a lot more fluid. You're going to be going in and out of attacking, spells, and different types of weapons. So precision combat powered by Skyborn might unleash devastating combos by seamlessly chaining melee strikes, spell casting, and weapon techniques. Wuchang's signature Skyborn Might system lets you adapt to enemies' threats in real time, turning every encounter into a test of timing, positioning, and raw skill. Empowering and tactical, this combat designed to make it feel unstoppable if you've earned it. Like I said, this is really giving me some first Berserker vibes in the first Berserker Kazan. If you know how to deflect, if you know how to parry, if you know when to engage with the enemy, you can just delete an enemy's or even a boss's health bar without them even ever being able to lift a finger against you. And that's what it seems like they're going to be approaching the combat system in a similar fashion. Boss fights that push you to the brink. Each boss is a fearsome spectacle of myth and menace. Expect unique movesets, high pressure mechanics, and visual designs that stay with you long after the battle ends. Victory is never handed out, it is earned through mastery. Join the few who have overcome overwhelming odds and claim triumphs worth remembering. Now, I feel like we're not going to get a lot of repeat bosses in this game, which might indicate that we might not have too many bosses, but then again, that's okay. I don't need 100 or 50 bosses like another Black Myth Wukong, although Black Myth Wukong, to be completely honest, I love that game and I'm very much looking forward to DLC, but I would rather a game have less bosses, have all of them be extremely unique and memorable. Now, take it here, it says victory is never handed out, it is earned through mastery. This really implies that the combat is going to be difficult and you won't be able to go in there mashing buttons. You're gonna have to learn that parry timing, you're gonna have to learn when to dodge, when to attack, and really it's going to be like a game of chess. However, if you can master the combat system, you might be able to take your opponent's turn away from them. Your build, your path, your legend. Equip a diverse array of outfits, weapons, accessories, and spell loadouts to tailor your approach. Through the Impetus repository, allocate skill points to enhance attributes and unlock powerful abilities, enabling a progression path that reflects your unique play style. Defeat formidable bosses and absorb their signature powers to expand your arsenal. This interconnected system lets you evolve into a warrior shaped by your strategy, choices, and mastery. This only further proves my point where this is going to be close to Kazan. I'm thinking also Neo 2 specifically because you could defeat enemies and use their abilities against them. So I really feel like, yes, this might be a Souls-like because we're going to have checkpoints, the combat is going to be difficult, and we're probably going to have the legacy leveling system. However, I do believe this is going to be significantly closer to an action game because you have a skill tree, you have skill points which will allow you to unlock powerful abilities. You don't have that in your traditional Souls games. You level up, you find spells, you find weapons, but you don't really have that freedom to create your character, build your character, I should say, the way you want to with skills. Really, the build variety in your average Souls-like is going to be set with your armor and your weapons and whatever spells you use, and obviously your stats. Inner Demon System, power at cost. The mark of the inner demon grows with each kill and death, increasing your attack power while making you more vulnerable. Push too far and the demon will take form, an unforgiving mirror of your own strength. Defeat it or lose what you've gained. This system built on tension, where every fight carries weight and every mistake may come back swinging. So it seems like throughout the game, if you abuse your powers, you are going to have a phantom version of yourself come swinging at you, and if you're able to defeat this phantom version of you, it'll be coming at great rewards. But if you lose, you will lose quite a bit. And I really enjoy when games have a risk versus reward system in their game, and I'm looking forward to having to face myself in the future. A rich, interconnected world to explore. Journey through a hauntingly beautiful land inspired by Ming dynasty China, where forgotten temples, cursed villages, and a shadow ruin from a vast, interconnected world. Every path hides secrets, and each shortcut changes how you explore. Fully voiced characters, high fidelity visuals, and an atmospheric soundscape bring this dark realm to life. Your decisions shape the story, unlocking multiple endings and revealing new layers with every step. So since the world is interconnected, I did see this in another article where they were explaining that you don't have to follow the beaten path. You can make your own path, meaning you can most likely fight the bosses in the order that you want. I'm fairly certain there are going to be some unskippable bosses that you have to go and fight, but you might not have to fight every single one of them, and there probably will be multiple secret areas with secret bosses as well. And I like the fact that they're making a interconnected world that you can explore at your own rhythm and at your own pace, because, you know, for example, I'll take Lies of P. You get to a boss, you get stuck there, and you're just beating your head against the wall until you can get past that boss. But with an interconnected world that allows you to just choose your own path, if you get stuck for a while, you can decide to go back and do something else. I feel like we're going to be seeing more and more of these action-focused Souls-like. That's what I kind of call them, an action Souls-like, because the combat mechanics, these skill trees, are very reminiscent of Souls games, but you'll have these Souls mechanics like the legacy leveling system, the checkpoints, and the high difficulty. I almost want to, I almost feel like this is a new genre of game, because if you look at the classic Souls-likes versus Wuchang Fallen Feather, Neo 3, or the first Berserker Kazan, I really wouldn't put those games in the same category, because if you just remove those stamina bars, then they just play like a regular action adventure game. Before we close the video, I'll just like to mention, it seems like we're going to be getting 5 weapon types. We're getting an axe, spear, dual sword, a great sword, and a short sword. It seems like in the great sword is two-handed, and then the regular sword is going to be a much faster, sleeker, one-handed weapon. Wuchang Fallen Feather comes to Xbox Game Pass, PS5, Steam, and Epic Game Stores on July 24th, 2025. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.